Hi everybody, it's John and Jane and we're back making a dish we never made before, Swedish meatballs.
My mom loves to get the Stop and Shop and ShopRite magazines with all the recipes, and then she gives us the magazines and she makes little notations in each one about what she thinks we should make. We're gonna make it a little bit differently because Jane, wait a second. I need a glass of wine first of all.
You need wine?
Yes,
I just happen to have a bottle that's open. Actually, I just want to say my shirt that says over it, it's from a local winery, Sinino Vineyards, and we just want to say that we liked our visit there very much. So if you're on the North Fork in Long Island, check them out.
We're not drinking their wine right now because it's not what's
No,
open.
because we drank it all. Go ahead, John.
We're gonna make this with turkey. We're gonna make this with turkey because Jane doesn't eat beef, so I don't really know how it's gonna come out because it should be beef and it should be beef broth, but we're using chicken broth.
Yeah, but we also never made it before,
turkey.
so who knows?
Oh, I've had Swedish meatballs before. I know what this is supposed to taste
No,
like.
but we never made it before.
I'm gonna go over the ingredients. First, we have an oven preheating to 400 behind us, and we've got a sheet pan lined with parchment paper. Now, for the meatballs themselves, it's panko breadcrumbs, onion, yellow onion, egg, Worcestershire sauce. You know how they got the name for this sauce? Do you know how they got this name? Some guy like putting all things together. I think it was either Lee or it was parents.
Yeah.
And then one or the other was tasting and like, oh, Worcestershire sauce. What's this here sauce? And then it's, anyway, Worcestershire sauce. Our spices, we have nutmeg, cinnamon, and allspice, which I have no idea what allspice is.
Yeah, can I smell that?
Well, it's all mixed together. I mean, allspice, it's all spices. It's like Odin, the all.
Don't they use that on Thanksgiving for something?
Salt and pepper, and we have a pound of turkey chopped meat, not breast meat. It's like,
Right.
you know, the regular.
It's regular turkey meat. There's turkey breast meat and there's turkey breast meat. I feel like I've gone through this before.
While Jane is sauteing that, we'll go over some of the other ingredients. We have a pound of turkey meat, not the 99% fat-free. This is the 93. You want a little bit of fat.
Wait, can I just correct you on something?
Sure.
These kind of
Why would that be
turkey
any
meats-
different than any time other time?
It's not the 99. It doesn't go by fat. There's white breast turkey meat.
Oh, okay.
And there's regular turkey meat. Usually Shady Brook Farms is the one we get. So it's not even about the fatness. It's one is white breast and one is not.
I stand corrected. Jane, you're going to be the mixer.
Okay. I'll
So-
have to be in the mixer.
So we're going to put in the panko.
Okay.
We're going to put in the onion. So the onion, they say you're supposed to grate it up in like one of those old style box cheese graters, but we didn't have one of those, so I just kind of chopped it up as fine as I possibly could. The spice mixture, which again is nutmeg, cinnamon, and allspice.
The ingredients will be in the description box below.
1 egg.
Ooh, you did that so perfect.
We're gonna do 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. It's a half. The other half. And then a little bit of salt and pepper.
Okay.
You know, you gotta put salt and pepper and everything.
And John uses the thick kosher salt.
Maybe like a half a teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of pepper. All right, so we're gonna kind of get this all mixed together. You know, I always wondered, I've had Swedish meatballs many times. I always wondered what gave it like that flavor of like that.
Well, I see. It's your big
Well, you're on a bad spot. I mean, what, you want me to go like this?
Yeah.
So anyway, now I know that the flavor is cinnamon and nutmeg. I kind of inched my way over.
Yeah. I've been trying to say it now. It's proof on video.
Full steam Swedish meatballs, right there, little tiny little meatballs. Now we're gonna roll these, Janie,
Okay.
into little 1-inch
Yeah.
balls. You know, little balls.
Little balls.
Yeah, make a little balls. A little ball. We're making some balls. And then these are gonna go into the oven.
For how long?
That's a good question. I have to consult the recipe. I think it's about 15 minutes, 400
Okay.
degrees. And then while these are cooking, we're gonna make the sauce. We're not gonna do it on camera. We're gonna make some egg noodles, which is putting a bag of noodles into boiling water.
Yeah, we figured we'll spare you
Maybe
that.
you could handle that on your own without seeing it, and then we'll serve it.
You're making those so good.
I'm a professional. We're gonna serve it over the egg noodles. This recipe calls for 2 pounds of meat, and we only did 1 pound, and we cut for this everything in half. This is gonna make a lot with 1 pound.
That's what I'm saying. I'm glad we didn't do 2 pounds.
You know how many meatballs we would have made?
I think they're supposed to be smaller, no?
Probably smaller, yeah.
It's the Italian-Swedish version.
I don't really know how these are gonna be. I gotta be
I bet
honest.
they're gonna be, they smell good.
You know, my wife, who pays very close attention to detail, didn't tell me that A, was supposed to be 2 pounds of meat, B, you needed a cheese grater to grate the onion, like it had to be finely grated. You know, she just gives me a list of shopping without telling me this has got to be grated. Oh, by the way, this recipe.
So when I
is for
do
2
this
pounds.
video, I say it's John and Jayne, right? So you couldn't take a gander and look just in
Well,
case?
you know, I expect.
I'm sorry. I thought you looked at it too. Listen, these smell good. I think they're gonna be delicious. So they're like the John and Jayne's version of Swedish meatball. They
We're
don't
not
have to be-
Swedish.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be exact.
What do we know?
Okay, so these are all of them. Like John said, we probably made them a little too big, but you know, it's okay. We never made these before.
Now we're gonna put these in the oven for about 20 minutes because these are a little bit big.
Yeah, I would say.
So we're gonna go about 20 minutes in a 400-degree oven, and then while those are cooking, when they're almost done, we're gonna start the sauce.
Okay, so the meatballs have been cooking.
They have about 4 to 5 minutes left, so Jayne is gonna start to make the sauce.
Okay, so we
Okay.
have this like preheating.
Right, so you're gonna take 4 tablespoons of butter,
Okay.
and we're gonna melt that in there. Now we're just waiting for the butter to melt.
While we wait for the butter to melt, we have a little guest here. John's gonna check on the meatballs.
I got news for you. They look like Swedish meatballs.
They look good. You don't think they should be a little more like burnt it on top?
Do me a favor, Jayne? Put
Yeah.
the flour in and start mixing.
Okay, so I am going to start putting in the pre-prepared flour.
Now that you gotta stir that nonstop.
Okay.
Stir the flour in the butter. Stir it up. We're also leaving the meatballs in for a tiny bit longer. We put them for 20 minutes. They were a little bit big, so we want to brown them up. Don't stop stirring. Don't stop stirring up the roux.
Okay, I guess we don't need a close-up for this.
All right, now we're going to add the chicken broth. Keep stirring. Don't stop stirring.
All right.
Get in the corners, nooks and crannies.
So the trick to this is stirring.
We're going to add a cup of milk.
A cup of milk?
Hold on a second, I gotta reach it. Yes, a cup of milk. We're doing the full sauce recipe, not the half sauce
He
recipe.
makes fun of me.
Little pepper, about a teaspoon of salt. It definitely doesn't have the Swedish meatball look because we're not using beef broth.
You think that makes a difference?
Well, beef broth gives it a brown color. This is gonna be milky white.
All right, it's still gonna taste good.
Remains to be seen.
John, they smell so good.
They do smell good, and they look
Wow. Look at that. Those look good.
good. We're gonna let this thicken up a little bit, and then once it's thickened up,
Right.
we're gonna put the meatballs in, and we're gonna let them sit here for about 5-10 minutes. I would recommend making them the right way with beef broth
I think it
and
needs more
beef
flour.
meatballs. No, this is what the recipe said.
And they're in there, they're hot, and then the sauce kind of thickens once
And
it's
then
out.
maybe once the meatballs go in, so it
Right,
thickens up a
it'll
little.
soak it. Yeah, I have
We
a
don't
feeling
know.
it's gonna.
We never made this before.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. You know,
What do we know?
these videos, if you watch us for a while, a lot of them we've made, and some of them are like, all right, we're making them for the first time. It would be kind of funny if this would be a fail, because we haven't had a lot of fails. And we're honest about how things taste, so. But everything John makes is good. He's a good cooker, I have to say. You are. I'm giving you a compliment.
You know what? This is actually getting thick.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna put them in.
Drop those bad boys in there.
Okay, so that's them being put in. Sorry about the smoke. Can't get that out. But that is looking good.
I mean, I guess.
I think it is. You don't think so?
I mean, it doesn't, I don't like the color of the sauce because it's
Yeah, but you
not
gotta
beef
let it
broth.
sit.
But it's white and creamy looking.
All right, but I bet it tastes good.
Can you move it out so I got some space? Thank you. All right. We're gonna let that.
Simmer. I think it's thickening.
This looks like meatballs in a pot of Cinnabon cinnamon bun glaze. That's what this looks like.
No.
Yes.
So while John's getting the plates, I just want to show you, it is thickening. I don't know if you could tell on the video, but it's definitely thickening. I know it's a little whiter than it usually is, but...
Whiter than it usually is. It's not supposed to be white at all. We're gonna try one of these babies.
Smells good. I'm gonna let you try first. I'm scared.
It's missing the beef taste.
Okay.
No,
Is it really hot?
No. I mean, turkey is as bland as could be.
Mmm.
But it's pretty good.
Come on.
Not bad.
The flavor. My only gripe is the onion.
Because it needed to be grated.
It needed to be grated.
If someone would have told me to get the grater,
I
it
know
would
it.
have been perfect.
But you know what I would have did? Just like when I make meatloaf. I fry the onion first.
But that's not how.
No, I think it would have been better. But it's not bad. And once you put these over noodles, I think it came out good.
I'm not crazy about it. I gotta be honest with you. I would do it with beef. It's good,
Alright.
but it's missing something for me.
The recipe will be in the description box below. I'll put both the beef, you know.
Everything's
stuff.
the same except beef and beef broth instead
I'll
of
list
turkey
it.
and chicken. All right, well, that's it.
So this might have been a miss for John.
No, it wasn't a miss. It's good, but it's not good.
I like that sauce though. Maybe not for these meatballs, but I like it. I just want to say one thing. The meatballs, that allspice or whatever it is, it gives it a nice flavor.
It does.
It's pretty good. All right, so, you know, like, comment, subscribe, do all those fun things, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Do an intro, like, hi everyone, it's
Okay.
Donna.
All right.
We're gonna make
What is
Swedish
this?
meatballs. This is
Wait,
the...
stop. Go ahead. I need
I just
breaks
want
in
everyone to
between
know.
because I'm editing.
The direction is what she does to me.
All right, just go on. Are you new here? Exciting, like.
So it definitely doesn't
Wait,
have...
hold on. Sadie.
I mean, I am a trophy husband. What can I say? But
Wait, I want you to say everything all over again. Hold on one second.
La la la.
Wait, say that again.
We're gonna. If you make me say something again, there's not one other person rolling a meatball. They're just standing around, criticizing.
I'm not criticizing.
You're making them too
I'm
big.
getting you a
You're making them
napkin.
too
You,
small.
I'll make it all.
Nice, fine.
Here.
Speaking of getting thick.